Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to talk to you about something I've been working on over the summer. I have written a Sunderland crossword book. Here we go. So this isn't exactly what it's going to look like. We are getting the copies sent out and there's going to be a different front cover, but the inside of the book is the same. I've worked with A Love Supreme to come up with this book. I decided in the summer that I wanted to write something Sunderland related, something fun, and I came up with the idea of a crossword book because I didn't really see any on the market, and I thought it'd be a good, Christmas present, Father's Day present, birthday present, what have you. And yeah, I really enjoyed writing it. So I worked with, well, I wrote it myself. So that was me just sitting researching, coming up with clues and answers and all that good stuff. And then I worked with Sunderland fans that I know to sort of verify the questions, test how easy or difficult it is, and yeah, get a good balance there, because I wanted this book, this crossword book, to feel difficult to big fans of Sunderland, anoraks. I didn't want this to be simple. I didn't want people to just think that this crossword book was going to be like, oh, yeah, I can fill it in my sleep. There are difficult questions in there, things that people probably don't know, things that people really have to think about. Obviously, with a crossword, the more answers you fill in, the easier it sort of gets. So I would say that most quizzes have questions in there that are easy, well, not easy, but easier to get, which will help you get the harder ones. So the book itself, how does it work? I decided to sort of era it. So we've got basically from the Peter Reid era is where it's in depth. My thought process behind that is that the further back you go in the timeline, the harder it is to remember things. If I asked you who scored, for example, a goal 10 years ago, you are more likely to get that than if I asked you who scored a goal in 1974. Simply because it's so long ago, it's hard to remember those things happening. So we stretch through, and I'll go through sort of the contents of it. We have Peter Reid, we go through, we've got a lot of, crosswords on that era, so questions around his time in charge of the club. We move on to Mick McCarthy, we've got Roy Keane, we've got Steve Bruce. We've then got those Premier League years from basically Steve Bruce leaving the club to our relegation. I've got questions on the League One years, which we had from 2018 to 2022. We've got some on the recent years in the Championship. And then we get loads of questions about, crosswords, sorry, not just questions, but crosswords about, other things. We've got managers, we've got specific things on transfers, academy players, cup competitions, actual positions, questions on specific goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, striker, the stadium alike, Roker Park, weird time derbies, weird tees derbies, international players. There is loads in here that hopefully any Sunderland fan, anorak like what I am, would get and really, really, enjoy doing. So I've partnered with A Love Supreme for it. It's on their website. I'll put the link in the description if you are interested. It retails for £10. And I hope that people, look at it and think that's a really good present for someone over Christmas. That's a really, interesting thing. And I'm going to have a lot of fun answering it if you buy it for yourself. I don't know how long it would take somebody to complete it, but, there are a lot of crossword puzzles in there, and it should be a really, really interesting, an interesting time, if you were to answer them. So I hope that people who watch this channel are interested in it and, purchase it. That would be really, really, good, and I'd be thrilled if people did do that. And, if you've got any other ideas of sort of content like this, I'm thinking about doing a quiz book. I'm thinking about doing sort of a children's activity book, because I think it's important to get the younger generations interested in Sunderland. And maybe one of the ways to do that is to teach them the history of the club through, word searches, crosswords, quizzes, and all that sort of stuff. So there's plenty of ideas that I've got going on for Sunderland related content. So yeah, there are also competitions on A Love Supreme. There's also going to be competitions on Rogue Report, potentially in the Sunderland Echo as well. I'll put them on my social media pages. So it's just literally at Conor Bromley on Twitter, or X as it's known now. So if you go on there, and I'll put the link for that in the description, you'll see the competitions and whatnot in there where you can win yourself a free copy. But yeah, it's going in the Love Supreme shop. You'll be able to buy it physically for like the Wolves game. It'll be in store. Right now, it's sort of pre-orders. The book will be getting delivered at A Love Supreme in the next couple of weeks. So if you order it now, it'll come, once we get the copies in. And yeah, I'm just really, really pleased to have this finally done. It's taken months, hours. I don't know how many hours I've put into this concept and book and coming up with it. probably like 300 or something stupid. It was a really, really interesting thing to do, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad of how it's turned out. So there you are, and you know, you'll see, I don't want to give away the answers too much, so I'll try and cover the bottom, but yeah, you'll see that, you know, specific areas have lots of different crossword puzzles. So let me know in the comments below, you know, what you think of this idea, whether or not you're interested. I'll put the link to buy in the description, and yeah, hopefully it does really, really well, and it's something that we can, you know, well, that I can continue to make sort of books like this and get people, you know, buying Sunderland related content. That would be excellent. So thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy content on my channel, and we'll catch you for another video very soon.